Hey, what up guys, G Fragrance here, and today boys, I got 10 fragrances that I'm going to share with you guys, and these 10 fragrances are fragrances that I'm just currently obsessed with, man. These 10 fragrances, they just smell so good that I just cannot get enough. So for the first fragrance, we're going to start off in the house of Rasasi, and I have here is Rasasi Cobra. And this fragrance is extremely phenomenal, man. Like, this is a nice citrus fruity fragrance that smells absolutely amazing. Now, this to me reminds me of that fragrance from the house of Nishane Wulong Cha, that green tea, sexy beast of a fragrance, man. And that's pretty much what this fragrance brings to me. It just smells phenomenal. And the one thing I like about Rasasi fragrances, man, their fragrances project. All right, there are room fillers, there are fragrances that everybody's gonna know you're smelling freaking good. And this fragrance is pretty much that. It's fruity, sweet, citrus, got some green tea vibe, and I'm telling you boys, it is extremely good, man. And it's also a fragrance that's gonna pull compliments for the spring and summertime situation, boys. And that's pretty much what your boy is gonna be wearing this spring, and this fragrance is just good. Moving into the next fragrance we have here from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, and we have here is Le Male Elixir Absolute. Now, when we talk about Jean Paul Gaultier Elixir Absolute, now this one and the original one pretty much the same thing. One of the main differences for me is that the original one had the honey, the mint, and some tobacco in the mix that made that fragrance smell absolutely phenomenal. Now this one in particular, they kind of removed those notes and it kind of added some plum. Now to me overall, it makes the fragrance smells absolutely delicious, all right? It's a little more fruitier, a little more sweeter, and absolutely seductive. Now for me, if I had to pick between the two, I personally like the original one better. But this fragrance right here is still good. It's sexy, it's seductive, and it's a playful fragrance for those club night situation. And also, the performance is top notch, and it also pulls compliments. So if you love the fragrances from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, you don't like the honey, the tobacco, that sexy vibe that I like, and you prefer going with the plum kind of a vibe, then this fragrance is gonna be perfect for you. And I'm telling you boys, it is a straight up seductive beast of a fragrance from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier. Moving over to the next fragrance, we're gonna go into the house of Lattafa, and this is Lattafa Assad Elixir, man. This fragrance is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what this fragrance is supposed to be, but it smells really, really good. A lot of people is comparing this fragrance to, I believe, Boss Bottle Absolute, and that fragrance is extremely, extremely phenomenal. But I personally don't get that kind of a vibe off this fragrance. The fragrance is definitely sexy, seductive, sweet, spicy, and absolutely alluring. It's definitely a compliment puller. It smells amazing for those date night, club night situation, and it just smells really, really good. Now, for me personally, it does smell, I would say, a little bit like Boss Bottle Absolute, but just a little bit, man. Because Boss Bottle Absolute for me is a little more sweeter and bold and smoky, but the sweetness is not too much. This one right here does have a bit more sweetness to it, a little bit more spice to it, but it also reminds me a little bit of a Dior Sauvage, all right? It's like Boss Bottle and a fresher Dior Sauvage mixed together, but the juice is phenomenal, man, and it just smells so good. Highly recommended. Check this bad boy out. And the best thing about this fragrance, it's affordable. So if you're looking to smell amazing for cheap, this fragrance, I'm telling you boys, check it out. Moving over to the next fragrance here, we're gonna go here with Amani Code Elixir, man. And when the original one came out of Amani Code, me personally, I love that fragrance. The Irish soapy vibe was extremely phenomenal. But now what they did with this fragrance, man, they still kept the original Irish combo DNA, that soapy, sexy vibe. But this time we got a fresh, smoky leather that comes into this fragrance, and it just smells so freaking good. So this is pretty much a nice soapy leather, smoky, spicy type of a fragrance, and it pulls compliments, boys. It pulls freaking compliments. It's sexy, seductive, absolutely masculine, bold, for a confident individual. This fragrance can be a fragrance that can be a signature scent for you. If you're looking for a fragrance that can pretty much be worn almost all year around to help you smell amazing, this fragrance is absolutely that. It's just freaking good. This is literally a masterpiece from the house of Armani. Moving over to the next fragrance here, we're gonna go into the house of French Avenue, and we have here is Vulcan Sable. Now, this right here is pretty much a clone to Stefan Herpelucas Sword Dance or Sand Dance, right? Now, for me personally, I never tried Sand Dance before, but if the fragrance smells like this, is hands down a masterpiece scent, because this right here to me smells like a nice honey, vanilla, chocolatey type of a fragrance, and it's just good, man. Like, smelling this fragrance, you never been in a situation where you love a fragrance so much, and every time you keep just grabbing the bottle just to keep smelling and smelling and smelling, you wouldn't even apply it. You just want to smell the bottle because the fragrance is just that good, that addictive. That's pretty much what this fragrance does to me. I just cannot get enough of this beast right here. This fragrance is just good. Fall, winter, sexy, seductive, mouth-watering freaking vibe. This fragrance is for those individuals who love that gourmand type of a DNA. And I'm telling you, it's freaking good. Moving over to the next fragrance, we're gonna go into the house of Lattafa, and I have here is Lattafa Khamrah. And this right here, when it comes to the whole Lattafa Khamrah line, I feel this one right here, for me, I'm starting to like it than the other two. Because when we're talking about the original Lattafa Khamrah, that one is a nice, sweet, cinnamon type of a fragrance. Smells amazing. Has a little bit of that angel share DNA, but it does its own thing and it smells phenomenal. Good performance, good longevity, absolutely sexy and delicious vibe. Then they released the Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa, pretty much very similar to the original one. The major difference between the two is Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa had the coffee note. Overall, when it comes to the dry down, both fragrances pretty much smells very similar. They're pretty much the same fragrance, just the sweetness have been toned down in Lattafa Khamrah Qahwa. Now, this one in particular for me is sweeter and more spicier, all right? And for me, when it comes to spicy fragrances, they just bring this sexy vibe that is just absolutely outstanding, man. And the performance is still here, the longevity is still there, the compliment factor is still there, the delicious, sexy, mouth-watering vibe is still here. This fragrance out of the three is the best one, and I just love it so much. The thing that sucks is that winter is pretty much almost over and spring is around the corner, so this is gonna take an early retirement. But when fall comes back and winter, oh my God, your boy is gonna be wearing this fragrance pretty much almost every single time. So moving over to the next fragrance, we're gonna go into the house of Viktor and Rolf, and we have here is Spice Bomb Metallic Musk. And what they did with this fragrance, boys, is hands down one of the best thing that Spice Bomb has done ever. They pretty much combine a nice soapy clean element, and they combine it together with the original Spice Bomb DNA. And that's pretty much what this fragrance brings to the table. It's just a nice, clean, soapy, Spice Bomb, creamy vanilla type of a DNA, and it smells phenomenal, man. You can literally now bring this fragrance out for the spring and summertime situation and smell fresh, clean, and sweet and sexy at the same time. This fragrance, hands down to me, out of all the Spice Bomb that has been released, this is currently my favorite one. I'm kind of upset that I bought the smaller bottle. Kind of wanted the big one, but I didn't want to risk it. But now that I love this fragrance right here, I'm gonna get the bigger bottle, gonna have both, gonna finish this bottle right here and keep the other one on the side. So, but I'm telling you boys, this fragrance is phenomenal. So if you guys love that Spice Bomb Extreme DNA and you want a fresher version while still keeping that DNA, boys, I'm telling you, this fragrance is extremely phenomenal. So check this beast out. Moving over to the next fragrance we have here is 9 p.m. from the house of Avnon. This is Night Out. Now, this is a brand new release from the house of Avnon. This is a 2026 release, and the fragrance is phenomenal. The opening is just absolutely breathtaking. Now, this to me is an upgraded version of Avnon, the original 9 p.m. Now, they're not the same fragrance, but they're in the same ballpark. But this right here, I am telling you, it is just so freaking good. If you're a guy who's into sweet, playful fragrances for those club night situation, you love that DNA of the original Avnon, pretty much the clone of Eau Charmant from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. That's pretty much what this fragrance falls in that ballpark, that playful, sweet, sexy vibe. And it is perfect for those fall and winter club night situation, and I'm telling you, it is good. All right, sweet, sexy, seductive, mouth-watering, absolutely compliment puller, performance top notch. I had this bad boy on during work hours. Obviously won't recommend it, but there's a guy in my job who normally smells my fragrances. Like when I have him on, I know the fragrance is projecting because he normally gives me a reaction. If he doesn't give me a reaction, then I'll know the fragrance is not projecting or he just doesn't like the fragrance. But I had this fragrance on and he was like, yo, is that you? That smells really good. That thing is pretty strong. I'm telling you boys, this fragrance is a room filler. This fragrance is gonna demand attention while making you smell absolutely amazing. Moving over to the next fragrance here, we're gonna go into the house of Boss, and that half here is Boss Bottle Absolute. So this is pretty much the fragrance that people was comparing to the new Assad Elixir that pretty much smells similar to this. Now me personally, this and that are two different fragrances. This right here to me is a little more smoked, sweet, but the sweet is a little toned down compared to Assad Elixir. The fragrance is very seductive, very bold, and it brings out this confidence energy that I'm telling you is gonna draw everybody in. This is a fragrance that I'm telling you is gonna draw attention. If you're a boss man, a sexy individual, a confident individual, and you're looking to elevate your game, then I'm telling you, this sexy beast right here from the House of Boss is phenomenal. And when we talk about fragrances from the House of Boss, me personally, I think this has been the best release so far, and I'm enjoying every ounce of this bottle. Is just so freaking good. And the thing is, I own several fragrances from the House of Boss, but nothing come close to this beast right here. The fragrance is just phenomenal. So if you haven't checked this fragrance out, I'm telling you, it is a 10 out of 10. A masterpiece fragrance from the House of Boss. So moving into the next and last fragrance I have here is Creed Delphinus. And this is a fragrance that I just started really wearing. When I first bought this fragrance, I bought it alongside Centaurus. Both fragrances to me are phenomenal. Now, I personally enjoy Centaurus a little bit more, and I decided to give it a break, and I wanted to start going into Delphinus. And Delphinus, it's a freaking beast of a fragrance, man. The ladies really dig this scent. And compare this one to Centaurus, to me, this is gonna be more heavily unisex. This is a fragrance that I feel both male and female can rock. I feel like Centaurus is gonna be more for the guys, but either or, I do not discriminate. Whatever you wanna wear whatever you want. But Delphinus is a beast of a fragrance. It's a nice, sweet, creamy, a little bit of spices, some powdery vibe in here that makes this fragrance smells phenomenal. It's easy to wear, easy to pull off, and I'm telling you, it pulls people in. And the compliment factor is just through the freaking roof, man. This fragrance is just phenomenal. But listen, me personally, I did not buy this fragrance off a retail store. I got this from a discounter. And I would never spend full retail price, me personally, on a Creed fragrances because I don't think no fragrances is worth $500, $600. I will get them on a discount to smell amazing for cheap. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out this beast right here, and that is Delphinus. If you guys are looking for 10 amazing classic fragrances that your boy cannot live without, check this video right here as your boy provide you with those bangers. See you on the next video.